Okay.
Okay, it's recording. Do you want me to just read this because I have it right here? I know I'm not. I
Please
know I'm
read-
not the chair, but I read them for the
no,
rec
go
commission one.
That's
All
I
right.
think it just is that it was read. It's
Okay.
important.
That's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
too, because I wouldn't make Earl do it. He would be like, I'm not
Yeah.
reading that. So,
Yeah.
all right. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Westborough Spirit Committee will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and or parties with a right and or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the town's website at www.town.westborough.ma.us. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to listen, watch the meeting may do so in the following manner. A recording of this meeting will be posted on the town's website. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the Westborough Town website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Okay, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it said I had to blow up the image last time with poor Maureen, and I had to kind of scan it, and I couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of words.
A lot of words, and when you can't see that well, it's even harder.
Yeah.
And I
No.
appreciate you. Again.
I loved reading
got
out
a
loud
lot-
as a kid in school, so I don't mind. I
Okay.
did.
I was kind of, and I know you girls are gonna laugh at me, but I was really shy when the camera's on me or when I have to speak in front of a lot of people. I really kind of hibernate a little bit because I'm like, oh my God, because I never liked to go with people back then. I got on my show, but I feel like I liked one-on-one. I could do meetings, but at the same time, I like to see your faces. I like to be present. I don't want a huge group, but I did it on the Board of Health, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God, what am I going to say? And I had everything prepared.
Yeah.
And I'm
Public
like,
speaking's hard.
yeah, it is. Especially after you already prepared it in your head and the paper is right in front of you. And then they'll ask you questions and you're like, oh, I'm not prepared for this question.
Yeah.
But I do get the answers, and I want to tell you what's going on. So I was confronted by a group of beautiful parents, the senior parents at 220. And Christy Williams, Jeff, and I was speaking about doing the parade. So I knew I had to get from the town. And I thought, okay, we're going to do this parade in July. That's what we all voted for. And they said, well, Roberta, can we kind of move the date up? And I go, well, where do you want to move the date to? June 6th. I'm like, oh my God, this is not going to give us that much time. And we already voted in July. So the parents felt bad. I felt bad. I have a heart for the seniors. They worked really hard. So I said, okay. I go, so let's have a meeting. Mary Edwards contacted me, and she was trying to contact April Bach. And so she had a tough time doing that. So she had Brian Callahan call me, and he goes, Roberta, we don't know how to do a parade. Can you help us? I go, all right, I have no problem. And I said, what are you looking for? What do you want? And he goes, can you just give me a rough what you do in this parade that you're going to do? I says, well, how about if we put the kids in the car with parents or somebody over age 21? They can hang out of their vehicle, scream, yell, celebrate their victory, and the parents are driving. And he goes, well, how about the route? I go, well, how about if we start from the high school and end at the Hastings? He goes, that's fabulous. So I said, he goes, well, I'm going to call up Chip, and then we're going to come together. So I met with Chip. I go, what do you think about this route? He goes, it's perfect, Roberta. So I said, okay. And I said, well, our girls really have limited time to prepare for this parade, number one. Can I can only get a DJ for you because I know my best friend is a personal DJ. And I talked her down to $100. So I thought, oh my God, this is a great thing. We can't have marchers on the road. The band, the Westborough Marching Band, is going to play at the Westborough High School field, and they have to stay more than 6 feet apart because they're blowing horns. And so they don't want the saliva or the little droplets to get on.
Secretions was the word they used at the selectmen's meeting.
Yes. Thank you, sweetheart. So
I was like, okay.
You know, so that's what thank you, Jen. That's what they were saying. So I said, okay, so we're going to take it from there. And they want masks. They want people 6 feet apart. They could be in like groups. And I said, okay, I'm all set with that. And so everything is ready to rock and roll. We did the flyers. So if you go on Westborough Spirit page, you will see the flyers that we have. The rain date is going to be Sunday, the next day, if it rains. Brian says we can go through it. Let's do it. And I said, okay. So I get to my girls. I talked to Jeff. Jeff said we need 2 detailed cops on the route. And we have to pay for them. And I go, how much will it be? He goes, about $51. So it's a block of 4 hours that they work. So we would have to pay $400. So I said, well, okay, I'll ask the girls, but is there any other way we can go around this? So I spoke with Brian, and Brian is willing to eat the cost up. So he said that they need a detailed cost at the Westborough High School when they return their materials. And I said, that's fantastic. And then they could continue doing the parade, because right after that, 12 o'clock comes and the parade is there. And I don't think the parade is going to be any more than 45 minutes. Yeah. And they all agree. And that's about it. So we have a DJ for entertainment. We have the Westborough parents going around, and they're going to decorate the storefronts. The owners are going to decorate the storefronts as well to help out. And that's it.
Nice.
So I know you girls were busy, so it was hard for me to kind of lean on you. So I'm sorry that I just took hold of it and just went, because I know you girls were busy, and I thought you guys really like this all planned out, and it would be easier for everybody, because I know you girls are busy.
So what do you need us to do from here?
Okay, so what we need is to oversee everybody, Maureen. So make sure they have masks. Make sure they're 6 feet apart from each other. Make sure they don't run into the cars. You know, people want to touch the seniors or the parents driving. Keep them separated. Just go by their guidelines and just get everybody spirit going, cheering, be their cheerleader, Maureen, basically, and make sure that everybody is doing their job and really be there for the spectators and help the Westborough PD about what they want us to do. And that's what I did on my parade. So it's really easy, but they're getting entertainment at the same time, but we have to separate them, because now we have to extend the route. So instead of coming out of the front of the high school, we have to do it in the back of the high school. Take a left at Ruggles, past St. Luke's, then hook on right to Main Street. Go through the Rotary, and they will end at the high school. I mean, Hastings.
Oh, okay.
Hastings, yes. And everybody's happy and cheering, and get my kid.
Hi, Kitty.
Say hi to the girls. So I'm trying to get people to eat the cost up. Gary Kelly said that he will sponsor the DJ, will take care of that. So I was happy to hear that. And then that's really all the expense. The women want, they're decorating, so they're looking for the cost of the material, some cost of the material. And I was trying to get the community to donate ribbon, cardboard, anything that they need. And so they said, Roberta, do you mind if the Spirit Committee can sponsor that? And I talked to one of the women, Alex, and she said, ask Brian, because Brian is paying her to do the decorations in the Rotary and on the Westborough High School field. So I think Brian is really good. And he said, I'll help you guys do whatever, because we're doing this from the bottom of our hearts. So he's really good at that. So I just want to know your opinions, your ideas. What do you think that we have, what we shouldn't have? I want feedback from all of you, because your ideas and feedback are important to me.
First of all, can I ask, what is the time to start?
It's going to start at 12 o'clock, Winnie. June 6th,
Okay.
it's Saturday, and it's going to start at 12 o'clock.
And ending within an hour or so?
About 45 minutes to an hour tops, yeah. As long
Okay.
as it's not going through, the parents are going to drive, or somebody over 21 will drive. And I think since it's nobody marching, I think that we can walk it. If they can go through it with no problem. They're not going to walk it. They're going to drive through it.
Where's
So
the DJ gonna
that's
be?
what we're going
Where does the
to, in the
DJ
middle
go?
in the Rotary.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Nice.
so that's going to be right in the middle of the Rotary. And then Alex is going to decorate around her and everything else. So you know what's going to happen, Jen? Everybody's going to migrate towards the Rotary, because that's where the entertainment's going to be. So we have to make sure that everybody is away from each other 6 feet apart. So it's not going to be crowded around the road. And that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, we'll probably have to, or maybe you already have, that I just know when we used to do the block party there, even the holiday stroll, when they shut the Rotary down, or there's anyone crossing the Rotary, they get real nervous about that, the police.
Right.
So are they so what streets are they shutting down? Are they shutting down Ruggles? I'm so bad at visualizing. Are they shutting
No,
down
don't.
Ruggles?
I know that
I
they're
guess
going
they would have to shut down, but
Yeah, I think they're just going to block until
yeah.
they're from Ruggles Street into Main Street, Jen. So I think they're going to block, like, people coming down Ruggles Street
Yeah.
until all the cars come out of the high school from the back, Jen. And then that's what the Board of Health wanted to extend the route. I don't think anybody's going to line up on Ruggles Street, me personally, saying, I think they're all going to migrate in the middle of town, but this is where we have to come in and just make sure that nobody's on top of each other. And
So
go ahead.
how do you picture us doing that? Just like going up to people and
Yeah, I think that we can politely say, Maureen, we have to follow the guidelines of the Board of Health. And step back, we can't come near the Rotary or near the bars, and we just have to separate everybody if we do it nicely, Maureen. And I think that the Westborough PD they're going to be there, and so they'll help guide us like they did on my parade as well, Maureen. They'll guide us and they'll tell us what we can say and what we can't, because some people are going to be, uncomfortable. Or
What type of crowd are you expecting? Are you expecting like on other high schoolers or like families? I guess I
think families. I don't want to broadcast this outside, Jen, like the bulletin on Route 9. I don't want to. I want to keep it as hometown as I can.
Yeah.
With the family and the seniors, because if we get other spectators from other towns, that's when everything is gonna be chaotic.
Yeah, and
So,
I think families are pretty good. I was worried about other high school, like juniors or sophomores. Those would be the ones you'd have a problem with. If you were like, hey, don't stand next to each other, they would definitely be like, who are you? Who cares? You know, I mean, not, you know, they would just be more apt to, you know, kind of break the rules. But I think if you're hoping it's other families in town, hopefully people know by now.
we're gonna limit on how we advertise, Jen. So I'll advertise on Facebook, you can advertise on your site, Maureen can advertise on hers. We can go and do flyers. And then after that, Jen, I mean, if we don't do it on the bulletins outside, if we don't advertise it,
Yeah.
keep it local, I think we'll be doing well. What do you girls think?
And then what happens when, sorry, this is my last question. What happens when they get to Hastings? Like, is that just it? They just go home?
Right. So what's going to happen, they're going to go to Hastings and then they can go Route 9. They can go eastbound or westbound.
But it's over. After they go to Hastings, there's nothing. We don't have to worry about people getting out of their cars and like going somewhere else. It's just, that's it. Okay, gotcha.
No, it's over. So they can even go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal.
Right.
Okay. So go to Route 9 east, west. Don't have to monitor them after that. And McDonald's want to give them like a Happy Meal or a Big Mac or a meal. And that's what they're doing. They're going around with gift bags. Anthony, the Westborough House of Pizza, is going to give them a whole cheese pizza, a coupon for pizza.
That's nice.
Isn't that? So everybody is getting pulled together and everybody is donating for them. And because of course, everybody feels bad. And we want to make it special for the seniors. That's what our committee's all about. What do you girls think?
No, sounds good. Where is the band just going to play as people are leaving the high school?
Yes.
Like on the field? They'll just be on the field, or?
I don't know. Brian says it could be on the field or in the front of somewhere around there. He wasn't quite sure yet when I was talking to him, but he says, don't worry, I'll take care of the school end, Jen, and then the Spirit Committee and the Rotary Westborough Connect, we can take it from there. Once they leave the school, then we have the right way, and we can do what we need to do.
Awesome.
From there, you girls are in charge.
Sounds easy. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It is easy, and I think that they're very appreciative what we're doing. They're really happy, and I said, then we'll do it and be safe at the same time.
Oh, you know what?
So,
I don't know if oh, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. So I was just wondering, so we park our car at the high school and we walked to the Rotary, like all of us, like to supervise.
That's where, okay, so now I'm getting,
We lost you.
oh, let me get this out of the way. I'm sorry. Can you go? Okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm coming through, so I'm like, oh,
It's your cat.
now. If I can that, what's going to happen when some people are going to park at Roach Brothers. They're going to guide them to Roach Brothers. Wherever there is parking, they can park Arturo's, anywhere around where they can get parking. Bay State Commons, Boston Gym has nobody there as well, so they can park there. So, and then we can disperse them and kind of direct them where we want them to go stand at the time. And so there won't be cross traffic within. We want to keep them separated, and we want to kind of direct them to where to go.
So I was saying some cars will be just driving through from 30. So they come out of high school and going to the Rotary and going towards Hastings, and then some of the people will be just walking to the Rotary, and then we keep them 6 feet apart.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's a little hard, but I think we can do it if we all work. The Rotary is gonna help. Westborough Connect is going to help. So I think that we have enough people that can just, this is the guidelines, what we have to do. And if we say it in a nice way, I think everybody will. It's harder on the kids to comprehend it a little bit, but I think that if we kind of enforce it and be nice about it, I think we're not going to have any problem.
I mean, it's nothing new.
And-
I think we're all kind of used. I mean, people should be used to it by now.
Right.
Yeah.
And did it ever get addressed? I don't know if it was, they brought up at the selectmen's meeting kids or families that don't have cars.
Right. So Brian is already taking care of that end.
Or, yeah,
It-
that's good.
Yeah. So he sent out an email, Jen, and I made sure that we don't want the kid left out at all. We want everybody to be included, and we want to be fair to everybody. So he says, I'll take care of that end. And if they don't have transportation, that the school or whatever is going to provide
Oh, nice.
somebody that's 21 years of age that can drive the vehicle for the senior. So there's going to be always somebody there and nobody's left behind.
That's awesome.
That's great.
So I had to make sure of that. So
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that point when they brought up. I did think that was kind of a good thing just to think about.
Yeah. I remember that on the parade, there's some people that didn't have transportation, and even our local dealerships, Jen, are willing to donate cars for the day. And
Wow.
so we do have a great community that is willing to come out and help one another, which I love. So
That's awesome.
do you guys?
Can
You
I
guys-
go a little details? Like, so wouldn't these seniors gonna want it to be like Rotary at the Rotary because they get to stand out and chat and with each other, even it's 6 feet apart?
Right. So the cars are going to be apart a little bit. And if they want to stop and wave a little bit, I can ask Chip if we can have like a brief, like, here I am, look at me, on like a minute for each senior to go past the Rotary and stop a little bit and wave. And then Karen Henderson can come on and get pictures of all these seniors. So it's a pause. And then they continue through, Winnie, because we can't dance in the Rotary, which we all get out and dance and have a good time and celebrate the seniors. But if we got to keep them in the car.
Yeah, everyone will be in a
Okay.
car. No one will be walking.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so people in the Rotary would be the people who were like cheering for them, for those
Exactly.
seniors.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
We just want to keep Sarah, who is the DJ, in the middle of the Rotary, and then everybody else can line up on the sides of the road, and then take it from there. So she can. I was thinking about if Sarah wanted to announce the seniors going by, but I didn't ask her yet. I don't think she's going to feel comfortable with that. So
That might be tricky too, because if it's not if one car isn't in the right order, it'll be mayhem. I think.
I think Brian said that he was gonna do alphabetical order, Jen. So
Really? Good for him.
that's what he said. So I don't know. I'm not gonna ask her because I don't think she's gonna feel comfortable announcing all the seniors coming.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna ask her. I think if you have any more ideas, I know I can't hire people. Of course, I can't hire clowns. I can't hire the Shriners. I can't hire the mummers. So that's out of the deal.
It's okay though. I think it's about them, and you don't need any of the extras. It's about the
Yeah.
kids. So
Yeah, and we'll be totally focused on the kids.
yeah.
We'll be their cheerleaders. That's what the spirit committee's all about, girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Uh.
and you guys have any questions?
So will you get back to us when it gets closer with logistics of where to be and when? Or do you need help?
Once I meet up with Chip, and then they can tell me what they need, I will come to you girls, and then we can take it from there. Once they get the logistic part down, it's a lot of talking. I mean, I'm glad that they accepted the route that I made for them, It's easy. It's point A to point B, and they love the logistic. As long as they stay in the cars, as long as we can keep these people apart, I think we'll be doing great.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders, them all going and psyched up and saying, "Oh, the seniors are coming," or somebody can announce if somebody wants to announce. You know, here comes the seniors. Let's all get ready. Some kind of an entertainment for the spectators. If you girls think that we should have that.
I don't think we even need that. I mean, we could probably get the DJ to do that as the parade is approaching. If there are people in the Rotary,
Yeah.
I'm sure she would be willing to do that.
Yeah, Sarah will
Ready
definitely
to cheer, and from time to time, if it gets quiet, she could probably get everyone to like cheer and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody wants us to do parades, girls. So now that Whitney Place and the Willows want to put on an antique car show. June 20th, it's a Saturday. It's the day before Father's Day. And I have all the antique cars with Bob Lapdowich that we had from the 2017. So I had a list of all classic antique cars. So now they want us to do a parade through the Willows. It's just by the Willows, Whitney, all the nursing homes down there. And all I have to do is ask permission. They're not looking for any money, so I'm happy about that. But they said, can we sponsor it and be there to help them? So I said, I'll be there. I don't mind because I have all my connections and they're ready to rock and roll. It's always going to be sponsored by the Westborough Spirit because that's who I want to get kudos for.
Yeah.
So what do you?
June 20th.
So this is going to run out in 5 minutes. If there's another discussion, I didn't put that on the agenda, but I don't know how much it matters, but I would have to start another Zoom because this is going to run out in 5 minutes because I don't pay for this.
Okay, no problem. Don't worry about it. So what do you think? You're happy?
All fine, all good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, girls.
All right.
So June 20th, the parade, is it going to be walking, like people walking?
No, the
Oh.
spectators on the side of the road watching the cars go by, and the parent or somebody that's over the age of 21 is going to drive the seniors. There is no walking. There's a fire engine in it. There's 2 cruisers, police in the front and the back, and that's it. I'll drive and Winnie.
Oh, sorry. I was asking about the June 20th. You said the Willow Place. Like,
Ours as well. It's going by the nursing home where all the elderly can see
cars. Okay, got it.
Right.
Okay.
their window. So
Okay.
there's spectators on the road.
Mhm. I
We'll
see.
it's in another discussion because I know Jen says that the ticket's gonna run out, and I thank you, lovely ladies, for all being here.
Yeah, thanks.
That's a good job.
Yeah.
All right, so we're good?
We're
Yeah.
good.
All
Have a
right.
good-
Right. You
Okay.
too. Thanks.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.